Polluter Pruitt just decommissioned the major research office that has been uncovering the trace exposure thresholds of arsenic, lead, everything that hurts kids. This is Autism Awareness Month. I think we should be aware that we need to be able to troubleshoot these reproduction problems. Down syndrome is a great reason to have an abortion. Don't fucking think of yourself as like you have all this shit to give. No, you don't. If people already have the families or they don't have families yet, they're still gonna try after having to have an abortion. Like it's worth just fucking planning your shit how you want to plan your shit, and I fucking will never ever trade that in for anything, because we can't say that we're fucking even like a respectful culture to women if we don't have full abortion rights on demand. You are not putting people through insult upon injury. That is what the GOP refuses to fucking own, is that they're adding insult to injury upon 500 times worse than like has ever. Is actually within the free will decision of pregnancies to be terminated. The woman is carrying the pregnancy. This is the last point I want to make. Carrying a pregnancy to term is as big of a responsibility as tons of responsibilities. And you're talking about people who are too irresponsible to plan their kids to use protection. That's what I'm up here to get sun for my zits, yeah. So, people fucking use protection, and people who don't are irresponsible. So no, like, they shouldn't be carrying pregnancies to term or reproducing if they're not really into it and not really confident and hadn't really planned it, and if it's just accident and haphazard reproduction, that degrades all life. We don't have fucking extra fucking pesticides to spray for all the kids that want to kill the bees for their supply. We don't have fucking water to wash the dead animals on Cargill slaughter lines for your next kids who fucking want steaks and fucking thick chicken thighs every day. It's fucking like, really, there's a lot of caring to do, and we've been over carrying capacity for a long time. So I still agree with ZPG. I'm not calling for anything, and I will never let the GOP misrepresent the scenario. I just want people to be able to control their fucking reproduction lives as duly with every facet of their free will, not usurped by some edict from a fucking hegemonic masculinist, fucking terrifyingly oppressive, bedroom creeping, fucking medical decision, interfering, huge life decision, imposing the biggest burdens on society we could ever possibly want, while saying don't fucking regulate the polluters so we can all just fucking die of Dow and fucking Exxon's phthalates and Dow's chlorpyrifos and the fucking Fukushima fentanyl and food waste. If we're not doing anything about those, you're not keeping people alive that are already here. Okay, Yemen needs your immune support, pro-lifers. Quit acting like we need to be extra fucking burdened when the earth is fucking depleted as fuck and we're in an era of extinction. You think humans are doing enough to combat the extinction? No. We're not. And fucking people who plan to reproduce, I think, should stop at 2. That's why I grew up in a 4-person nuclear family, and I'm fucking lucky and privileged like that. I fucking realize I'm trying to fucking own the irresponsibility of people, and it's Earth Day, and when all you see is litter in your communities every day, and it's fucking Earth Day, and like barely anybody's hitting you up to like just hand out flyers at the fast food drive-thru, it's like, just, like shit's junk. I better not be seeing people in the fucking fast food drive-thru later today. Mwah. Well, while this is still going, the thing with the sun killing the zits is that it's worked for me many times, and I'm very, very, very pleased with it. And my dermatologist, I was milked for dermatology appointments. I suffered with acne for so many years before I took Accutane, and I could have taken Accutane like 5 years before I took Accutane, and it was so bad. Why did I fucking do this to myself? Like, please take Accutane if you're suffering with really bad acne, and I might have to take it again. But the sun really does penetrate, and that's why we can't have geoengineering. And even if the chemtrails, even if the only thing in there is the lead jet fuel, we can't have it fucking making up most of the cloud cover, because it alters the ecosystem services where we need the sun to be antiviral and to grow our plants well. Okay, lots of love, lovelies. Mwah. Alright, so what I want to say is act on fats for our regeneration this Earth Day. Tweet for for food sustainability, food for future. Hemp menu pulse pledge in the Farm Bill. Mwah. Oh, okay, it's because I got gloves on. There we go. Mwah.